Dude, I don't want to do this.
Just do it.
They've already done filming. This is
Do
silly.
it. Or maybe the next one is called Deadpool and Spider-Man and literally everyone except Wolverine.
Who are you? Like, what? That's both hurtful and spiteful.
Just ask the question.
Why are you sitting... Hey, Kevin. Hey, D23. Hope you're all having a great time. I just wanted to check in, just totally unprompted, and just wondering if you might need some help. Rounding out
the cast.
Rounding out the cast? Dude, they've got like 28 people. Why the hell do they need us?
Because we're the golden ones. We're special.
We're not special.
Now follow the fucking script.
Okay. So anyway, if you guys need some help rounding out the cast, I'd love to join. And I don't know, I might be able to convince Ryan to appear in Avengers Doomsday, but no pressure. I hate you so much, man.
I know, me too.
Live on the internet, it's Sunday night. It's Superhero Speak with a D23 2026 recap, like the Ahsoka Season 2 trailer. The big surprise, the official X-Men cast revealed, plus the VisionQuest trailer and featuring a special look at Avengers Doomsday. Now here are your hosts, Dave and Don.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the one and the only Superhero Speak. I'm your host, Dave.
I'm your other host, Don.
That's right, boys and girls. We got a fun episode tonight talking all about D23 and the news that we got from there. Hey, this is where the pre begins. Hello, Thrawn. Lots of news. We got, and Kasana's here. Hey, Kasan. We've got, of course, trailers that came out. We got X-Men news. We got other news that wasn't from D23 that we're going to get to, but we're going to have some fun tonight, right? So
lots of fun.
How's that? With all that being said, how's everyone doing? How are you doing, my friend?
You know, Dave, I'm doing okay. Unfortunately, with a heavy heart, you know, I must admit that I may be a little melancholy tonight, as a very dear friend of mine has passed away. You know, somebody that I've been friends with for a long time. He was even on some of my streams, known as Halo Drama, and you know, someone I played Magic with about 10 feet from where I sit right now on Wednesday. So I cannot stress enough, you know, how utterly hurt and angry, sad and frustrated I am. But I'm very relieved to be able to come with you, my friend, and talk about so otherwise should be an exciting week, as a lot of X-Men stuff is going down. But again, unfortunately, I cannot fully enjoy that. I would ask, and I'm going to put in the chat here and all our chats, if people would just consider, of course, donating. I've got his GoFundMe up there on our chats just now. If you just consider giving and help out the family, and this and that's it. So unfortunately, that's pretty much been my week since we last talked. But you know, I am ready to have some fun tonight, Dave. So start us off. How was your week, sir?
Well, before I get that, I also would like to just say that we are men of a certain age, as they say, and just a reminder that make sure you're going to the doctor and getting yourself checked out and taking care of yourself, because you never know. It sucks. And I'm sorry for your loss. I really am.
Thank
Thrawn
you,
says
sir.
Condolences as
Thank
well.
you, Thrawn.
Yeah, I also wanted to start off real quick before I talk about my week. We were going to talk about lanterns.
Yeah.
That's what we talked about. That's what we said on Wednesday. Unfortunately, it doesn't start until another half hour from now. So, but we forgot D23 is this weekend, and a lot of exciting news came out from that. So the internet gods saved us.
I guess, but I'm miffed about it because, you know, they put it in the Game of Thrones slot basically, which I feel is very pretentious.
Yeah.
To do. This is no longer the age of cable where we all supposed to be at the TV at 9 o'clock at night, so we can talk about it around the water cooler on Monday morning. We're just not in that world. Again, for something like Game of Thrones, okay, but come on, the lanterns, it's too much.
There is something else, and this is kind of a behind the scenes, behind the curtain kind of thing. There are podcasts that already have reviews up of the show because they get early access. And the thing is, we have contacts at these companies, but we've never asked for it. We have gotten stuff here and there for streams and stuff, especially at New York. We'll get invited to panels for stuff, and they will send us a screener for the movies related to the panels. And those same people are we could reach out to and say, hey, we want to review Lanterns. Can we get early access? But one, I'm not as organized as I would like to be for that stuff. But two, like, I kind of want to experience it with the fans.
Right.
Like, if you've got to wait till tonight at 9 o'clock to watch it, then I should wait till 9 o'clock to not watch it. Me watching it earlier and then putting out a spoil-filled review just kind of ruins it, and we're fans first. So
exactly.
Thrawn says his wife actually wants to watch Lanterns. Yeah, a lot of people do. So we shall. We'll see. Well, next time we get together, we'll talk about it. But I actually went to a concert on Thursday and had some fun with the girlfriend. So I don't know if anyone remembers. 2 years ago, we went to New York to see the Foo Fighters on their last tour, and we had booked a room and to spend the night and everything. And they were about an hour into the show, give or take, like a little less than an hour, and like it was a really bad lightning storm started. It had kind of was like threatening, and then it got really bad, so they stopped the show. They canceled it. But of course, because they played for a little bit, they didn't get a refund,
It's too bad.
So when I saw they were going to be in Philly this year, I bought the tickets at Christmas time. So we went on Thursday and had a good time. And my girlfriend and I both kind of looked at each other and said, this might be the end of our stadium show lives, because it was nuts. It was a sold out show at Lincoln Financial Field, which is our football stadium. And anyone who's been in a modern stadium, like when you go through the concourse, there's booths everywhere selling beer and merchandise and snacks and whatnot. And for some reason, the section we were in, and I didn't know this beforehand, the section we were in, the entrance to it, there was a bathroom. Across the concourse was like one of the only bars in the area. And then there was a pretzel factory. And all the people that had floor seats, this is where they were telling them to go down at. So, like, we've got parking. We got in the stadium, no problem. It took us once we hit this wall of people, we were waiting for felt like forever just to get to our seats. We literally sat down, and I would say within 2 to 3 minutes, the show started.
Wow.
The Foo Fighters, because we didn't even Queens of the Stone Age opened for them. And we didn't bother going to see them. Like literally, it was the Foo Fighters walked out.
Yeah.
And they opened with My Life, and it was just like, oh, okay, perfect timing. So so we had a good time though. We did not stay for the whole show. Thankfully, we live in the world where set lists are posted on this website setlist.fm. Where it'll post the what they do at all the shows. So we were able to be like, oh, okay. We left right before the last song, and before the last song of the main show, and then there was an encore, because anyone who's ever been to a stadium show, especially in South Philly, you try to leave when everyone else does, you'll be stuck in the parking lot for like an hour. So I got to hear all the songs I wanted to. The song we left on was Monkey Wrench, which is probably my favorite Foo Fighters song, and so we listened to that, and then she's like, "All right, let's go." So yeah, it was cool. So
all right.
yeah, and other than that, not much. In fact, I took Thursday and Friday off because of this, and then the girlfriend had to take her one son back to school this weekend. So yesterday was her packing, and today she took him. So I haven't seen her since Friday, but all's good. Oh, well, the chat is talking. Seen 8 times. Wow. You're what Dave would call an old school fan, an old head. Yeah, I had this was only the second time seeing them. I went through a period where I didn't go to many concerts, and I've been trying to make up for it for the last 5 years, and I might be over.
I have not been to many. Yep, it is not my favorite form of entertainment. I got to see the two major concerts I got to see were when I was very young. When I was 15, I was a big White Zombie fan.
Okay,
and that's of course Rob Zombie's band before he was Rob Zombie, and I didn't like him so much. And the Ramones opened for them, so that was cool. My
wow.
Oddly enough, my biological father's stripper girlfriend took me to that show, and then she complained it was just wasn't as fun. She's used to being backstage, and I thought, well, never mind what I thought. But the holy grail, I guess, of my concert going experience, and why I really have no urge to ever go, is I did, when I was like 18, get to see, of course, my favorite, Black Sabbath. Godsmacked opened for them, no less. Another favorite band of mine, and their first albums, they were newcomers at this point.
Yeah,
but I mean, and when I say Black Sabbath, like, I don't mean like Ozzy with like 2 other band members. Like, this was Ozzy Osbourne, Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler, Bill Ward. It was the original lineup.
It was
so after that, I'm like, okay, done.
Well, it's funny because one of my favorite bands was Metallica. It's always been Metallica, and I didn't get to see them till last year. I did the I don't know if you remember, they did it. It's called a no repeat weekend, where they do 2 days and they don't repeat any songs. It's 2 completely different sets. So like, I got to feel like I saw them multiple times, because we did go both shows. It's funny because like now I can say that there are 3 bands I've seen twice. 2 were on purpose and 1 was an accident. The first 2, of course, were Paul McCartney. I've seen him twice. Always a great show. And then Foo Fighters now, right? Because I felt like I got gypped to the first show, and I am a big Foo Fighters fan. And 3 is Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, because she's from the area, and she opened. We went to we saw a few years ago. It was Def Leppard, Motley Crue, Poison, and she was the special opening act.
Oh boy, it's a 80s 80s show.
Hair metal. That's my jam.
Yeah.
And then the next was, I can't remember if it was the next year or if it was like later that year, we went to see Bryan Adams. And my God, he still puts on a great show, and she opened for him. So it was just happened to see her twice within a year, not on purpose, but she puts on a great show. So
you said she's from your area, Joan Jett?
Yeah, I believe so. Like, well, Jersey, Jersey, New York. Like, so she plays along the East Coast a lot. Yeah,
I got you. I always assumed, because she got that song where she went back to Ohio. I always assumed she was from Ohio, but I guess
what?
It could just be a song. Why not? Tangent time. Where was Joan Jett born? We must know. And while you're looking at that, Thrawn, obviously the same ilk you and I, is Sammy saw Van Hagar So that's Van Halen with Sammy Hagar at the lead, Prince, and AC/DC all in 1 year. That's awesome. Yeah, I love AC/DC.
She's
Sammy
okay.
Hagar.
She's from Wynwood, Pennsylvania, which is right outside of Philly. So
Okay.
that makes sense. She probably plays Philly a lot. I saw Van Halen on the For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge tour, and Alice in Chains opened for them.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Alice in Chains got booed off the stage because you gotta remember
What?
This is 92, and it's a stadium full of Van Halen fans who are not there for Alice in Chains. Like,
And this is in Philadelphia?
this was in Philly.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you motherfucker. Yeah.
I'll never forget because Lane Stanley, like, I don't even remember how many songs they played. And the thing is, it's not even so much that they got booed. It's just almost, it started, we got there like shortly after the doors opened. We were there like the whole time. Me and three of my friends.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, the whole stadium would just start going, Eddie, Eddie, Eddie. And they were doing it while they were on stage. And I think there probably were people down in the front booing, but we couldn't hear. We just heard the people chanting Eddie. And he just goes, fuck Philadelphia, and threw his mic down and walked off the stage.
Oh, that's funny.
And they were this was, again, they were not Alice in Chains yet. They were like, they had just had their first album, just came out. So like they weren't real big yet. So yeah, this was still the start of that.
You Philadelphia people. I remember you may remember the famous Bill Burr rant. Have you ever heard that, where he's in Philly and they just start booing him? And so he just starts going back at him and he's like, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, like he refuses to go. Anyway, boy,
well,
tough crowd.
We threw snowballs at Santa Claus. So I mean, there's the famous ice ball, Dallas and Philly. Look it up. You just don't mess with us. Nah, we're not. It's just.
I mean, the worst we ever did in Cleveland was throw bottles at referees.
Well, that's bad too. Let's be honest.
It is. It's embarrassing, but you guys, woo, you're your own.
Speaking of terrible people doing terrible things,
yes.
You know what time it is, Don?
It's social media madness. Ooh,
Let's do a little social media madness.
Okay.
I'm going to start with the two non-political ones. This one, we were talking about. This came from from the Mutant Madness episode. I don't remember exactly what we're talking about, but Twizzler says the funniest part for me is how all the Marvel fans hate that Disney feeds off of nostalgia. Yet the first 15 minutes of the new movie is nostalgia, in my opinion, that had Disney written all over it. And the sad part is I can't disagree with that comment. Like, yeah.
I mean, the only part that I disagree with is, as a Marvel fan, I do like the nostalgia thing, so I don't complain about that.
I know, but a lot of people critics agree. Do, yeah.
So I don't have strong disagreement there. So good observation. Thank you for the comment.
Yes. Thank you for the comment. That's a good one. And then of course, we had talked about the X-Men 97 season finale last time we got together, and you were like kind of wrapping up like where the season was, and you said like Magneto's gone, this happened, blah blah. And then this person, Dorian House 7139 said Crawler's gone too. Obviously Nightcrawler. I've never had a cartoon tear me up before, and I teared up for Gambit's death and Nightcrawler's sacrifice. So yes, yeah.
I mean, for me though, Gambit's hit harder. Nightcrawlers, it should have hit me harder than it did, but I don't know. I was kind of still getting over the ridiculousness of the episode in general.
Yeah, I know you don't like Catholics, but that's a whole other story.
That's not true at all.
Yeah, you despise me. So, all right, now I have to do
Protestant
something.
and a Catholic sleep in the same hotel room in downtown Manhattan.
Only one of them's making it out alive. All right, I have to put this up. So
Here we go.
we had recently talked about the Candace Owens grift, and that she was going to be doing a debate with Wilson. I can't think of his first name.
Andrew Wilson.
And it happened on Friday, and blah blah blah. I gotta say, number one, like we clipped out. Obviously, I clip out whole sections of things we talk about. I clipped that out. And posted up. It's probably one of the clips of ours that has gotten the most comments and views since it's been posted. About 90% of the comments are hello. Did it? There it is. Oh.
Yeah, no, it's there. Greeny green.
Oh, sorry.
We should stick to discussing fictional cartoon characters.
Yes.
Well, I think Candace Owens and Andrew Wilson are fictional cartoon characters, to be honest. Chudster, this didn't age well.
Yeah, we got like 4 people who said exactly that.
So, is that because they did debate, or what?
I
really
debate.
don't follow.
They did debate. I was saying that she was going to chicken out, and that it was ridiculous how she kept moving the goalpost on what she wanted to do in this debate. But like the people are in the comments trying to say like, oh, but she roasted him and blah blah. Like, I don't know what debate they watched, but in a debate,
your opinion differs.
In a debate, you're supposed to present facts. It's not. I mean, opinion is part of it, but like, if you have an opinion that's just based on hearsay and you can't back it up, you lose that point. Right? Like, you can't prove your opinion's right or wrong. And every time Andrew Wilson pushed her on like, well, you said this, where's your evidence to prove that? She'd be like, she tried to say she didn't say it, and then like there'd be a clip and it's like, yeah, no, she said it. Or, like it was terrible. Like she came off exactly how I thought she would come off in it. Like, she just said this stuff. She didn't do a great job, but yet the world that we live in, it doesn't matter. She's got her fans that no matter what she says and does, oh, she's right and she's perfect. And there's people that don't like her who will not will say she did bad no matter what. I say people should watch the debate. Patrick, but David was the host. I think that's Patrick something David. I think it's on his channel, Andrew Wilson's, and of course Candace's channel. Just, you should watch it, but then go and watch a breakdown. There's 2 podcasters I watched that broke it down. One of them is Steven Crowder. The other one is Tim Pool. And they both came to the same conclusion. Like, she didn't win this. She basically tried to snake oil her way out of it. And every time Andrew Wilson pressed her on the stuff she said, she didn't have an answer for it. And she backed out on a lot of her claims. So she didn't win. But hey, you know what? If you're watching this after the fact or whatever, because I'm going to probably tag her in the clip, you're going to believe what you believe. It's a free country. You're more than welcome to believe a snake oil salesman if you want to. I choose to live in the world of facts. So thank you for your comments. You really boosted us in the algorithm. Thank you so much. And go have a nice day. That's all. I'm not going to say go F yourself, even though I'm thinking it. Just go out into the world and be happy and be merry. And we'll live our lives. Thrawn's blowing us up here. Let's see. I heard Wilson destroyed his argument when he asked her for her phone to see if she was getting help, and it turned out she wasn't, made him look bad. But I didn't watch it, so my opinion is irrelevant. Patrick David was the host. I watch him sometimes. Okay. Thank you, Thrawn. So go watch it and watch some of the analysis. Andrew Wilson is a master debater. And he's a joy to watching those kinds of things. All right. That's social media madness. We'll stay out of politics for a little bit. Just a little bit. I can't promise much. But speaking of evil people, here's Dark Don to tell you what you should be doing if you haven't subscribed yet.
Dark Don here. Superhero Speak has reached over 100,000 subscribers, which is good. That means I can stop feeding victims to my pet Gundark in a box, Brie Larson. She's getting too fat, and she won't even chase her prey. I'm also getting tired of cleaning up all the excrement. The Force makes it easy, but it still stinks like the inside of a wampa stuffed with banta poodoo. Now, become a superhero speaker and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Like the video and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss one upload of Superhero Speak.
All right. So, you heard him. If you haven't done so yet, go and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, click that bell for notifications so you don't miss us when we go live here Sunday and sometimes Wednesday nights. All right. Don?
And follow Thrawn's advice here. Don't be a jamook. Go out and share this show with the people you know. Absolutely. And hey, if you don't know them, still share.
Share it with everyone you know, you don't know. Share it with your friends and your enemies. They can hate watch.
Yes. For those of you, if you hate somebody, then just share it multiple times until it drives them crazy.
Exactly. And they're forced to subscribe.
Right. Until they prove to you, until they screenshot that they have subscribed to this show. Keep it up.
Yes. On that note, let's talk some news. All right. You know what, Don? I screwed up. Give me a second here.
All right.
The first article that we're talking about, I don't have up.
Oh my, that is bad.
Did that work? It opened up on the wrong window. It opened up on the wrong window. It's going to be one of them shows. So, Don, it's a tough action Power Rangers reboot. It's officially dead at Disney Plus. It turns out this wasn't a creative issue. It all came down to budget constraints and Disney not wanting to foot the heavy bill for an IP completely owned by Hasbro. After waiting years for a high-budget return to Angel Grove, are you bummed out by this, or is the franchise just cursed for streaming? So, what do you think, Don?
I am definitely bummed by this. Particularly my brother, who stands the Power Rangers. He also faced disappointment. They had that reboot movie and they never
Yeah.
followed up. They killed that universe, which also upset my brother Volsker. And I was looking forward to kind of a Voltron Power Rangers showdown because the Voltron movie's coming to streaming, and this was coming to streaming. But, you know, I really think that Disney is in a financial pinch. And just like it says, they don't, you know, they do this. Hasbro's making the money, really, not them.
I think here's the thing. I don't think there's so much in a financial pinch as in general. You know, I know that they're making money off of Spider-Man. They're going to make money off of Doomsday. But I think they're pouring so much into streaming during the pandemic and pushing as much as they could to try. It didn't pay off the way they thought it was going to. And that's the problem. Now they're like going back and they're like, hey, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't be putting so much money into streaming. And especially, as you said, for a property we don't even really own. Like, we're going to have to pay a bunch of money to them. And I don't even know how that works. Like, there's got to be a formula for they figure out how many subscribers they gain and are watching a show, and they probably figure out some kind of compensation for it, or some kind of this is making us this much money. And I guarantee Hasbro's like, okay, but you got to give us a cut of that, you know? Mm-hmm. So yeah, I could see that. It's funny, you had mentioned the reboot movie, and it's one of the movies that we were actually invited to an early preview to go see however many years ago that came out. That and Wonder Woman 84, I think it was. Only two movies we've ever seen early. But anyway, I digress. I liked the reboot. It was trying to make it a little more serious without going over the top, and trying to appeal to a new audience. And I liked it. A lot of people didn't. There was a lot of, shall we say, product placement in it that kind of took away from the movie a little bit. Was it they were in a Dunkin' Donuts or something, or some chain restaurant was like one of the focal points in the movie. I don't remember. It's been a while, but yeah, I could see that. But yeah, no, I don't know. What's Hasbro do now? Because I think Disney owns the distribution rights.
Well, I mean, Hasbro, they own Wizards of the Coast. So they're doing D&D. They're doing Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
You know, that's big business. And then toys, obviously, Hasbro Toys. Which, there are already Power Ranger toys out there. I work at a retail establishment. It rhymes with Argot. And there's all sorts of Megazords and Power Rangers toys out there. So
yeah, it's a moneymaker for Hasbro for sure.
But I think that will hyper, you know what I'm saying? That will increase that. If it's funny. I don't know if Disney is being spiteful.
Yeah, because they're not making anything off of those toys.
No. They would just cross their fingers that this brings in more subscribers.
Yeah, that's it. That's all it would do for them. So I get the financial decision, but can they then go to Prime and put the show there, or go to HBO Max? Because the last thing I remember seeing is that Disney owned the distribution rights to Power Rangers. So
yeah. They could very well be waiting to see how Voltron does. And maybe if Voltron does well, or maybe they're not waiting, but maybe if Voltron comes out and it makes, well, again, the Voltron is now going to be on a streaming service, so it's not even making money. But if it is popular and moves the needle, then maybe we will get a Power Rangers. But Power Rangers is very popular, and it is troublesome that we don't have some sort of Power Rangers universe going. I just want to acknowledge here, Kassan, Don, sorry for the late reply. My condolences about your friend. We are at the age when death is more and more familiar. I wish his family patience and love, and I wish you well. Thank you very much, Kassan. And of course, he pitched into the GoFundMe, and you have my infinite gratitude, sir. Thank you very much. And then throw on back to the Power Rangers here. Have anything to do with Jason, David Frank movie coming out? Of course, that is the deceased actor for the Green Ranger.
Yes.
Which really, that whole Green Ranger saga really boosted the Power Rangers back in the day. I remember just the Dragon Zord was just an awesome design. The Green Ranger running up in the Megazord and kicking the Power Rangers out. I mean, all that. I mean, they sold the Green Ranger very well, and it worked like almost cussed there. We're not trying to cuss because we don't want YouTube to hate us, but yeah, it was gangbusters.
Yeah.
So maybe they don't think they can overshadow something to do with that character there. So
yeah.
Kassan says if Ultron does what Pacific Rim started, it will be a success. I agree. I absolutely agree.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
Hold on to your butts.
Because if we can get a Power Rangers and we can get Voltron, and then maybe we can get a Transor Z movie.
Transor Z.
That was one of my favorites when I was a kid. I aged myself. So.
Sure. Hey, no, I'm right there with you. That's where my whole love of even now I'm very I don't know how to judge this sort of thing because you're oh yeah, giant combining robots. I'm I'm there. Well, let me tell you about it. Don't need to. You've already told me enough.
All right. Well, it's sad it's not going to be made, or it's not going to be on Disney. Maybe someone else could pick it up. But you guys, what do you think? If you're watching this after the fact, let us know in the comments down below. And maybe you'll be featured on Social Media Madness next time. All right, John. Let's move on to the big guns. D23. And we got
it's a great AC/DC song out of the last Action Hero soundtrack. Sorry, Thrawn mentioned AC/DC earlier. And you said big guns. Sorry.
Oh, man. So, Lucasfilm dropped the official teaser trailer for Ahsoka Season 2. It's been a long wait, but the series is finally returning to Disney Plus in January 2027. The new footage shows incredible, heavily teasing the return of Grand Admiral Thrawn and Hayden Christensen back as Anakin's Force Ghost. Don, after checking out the Deadline article, are you hyped to jump back into the corner of the Star Wars universe? So first off, let me bring the article up here, but we're going to do one better because who cares anymore? Let's take a look at this trailer.
All right.
Ahsoka,
Yes, I'm always excited.
what troubles you?
All right. Let's start off with this is nuts. Already, we're starting off. They're on a snow planet. And they're fighting what looks like another Jedi. Not a Sith. He doesn't have a red lightsaber. So, I'm pausing it to add commentary so that we don't get copyright struck.
Well, no, and I mean, that is interesting. I mean, not only is it the first lightsaber like that we've ever seen. Hell, even in the comics, I've never seen a lightsaber like that. So that's obviously like a bow staff type lightsaber, which is cool. But yes, I mean, it is not red. So we are not dealing with a Sith, which is much like in the Clone Wars, when there were other Jedis that weren't like Sith, but they were, disenfranchised and evil and kind of cruel. So yeah, this is interesting to see how this and why this is going down. It's a younger Ahsoka, so and Anakin Skywalker that's not in a Darth Vader costume. So this is obviously a Clone Wars flashback.
Right.
I'm always walking by your side.
Citizens of the glorious empire, I have
There we
returned.
go.
I took an oath to protect the empire. I therefore declare war on the Rebel Alliance.
I love that. I love that fact.
Yes.
That he does not
Yes.
call them the New Republic. He calls them the Rebel the Rebel Alliance. Yeah.
Rebel Alliance.
So-
Yeah.
Because to him it would still be the Rebel Alliance, and he's not going to
Yep.
recognize them as the new government. So I mean, this is straight out of the
Legends,
Heir to the Empire.
Yeah.
Heir to the Empire.
Yeah. That Timothy Zahn trilogy. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's great that they're finally like picking up on that stuff. Yeah. What do you?
We got a
how do you
comment
feel-
from Thrawn here. I'm sorry.
go ahead.
Real quick, Dave. Thrawn says, one of my sources says we could be getting Abeloth along with Thrawn. Absolutely, Thrawn kill. My unanimous, unconfirmed sources also. No, I mean, seriously, say that, Abeloth is definitely a thing. And the fact that he's working with those Danthamir witches, he's got the zombie stormtroopers, and you got Balin Skull, my new favorite character. He's searching for some voice that's calling to him. So yeah, it's about to be terrifying and exciting. Dave, you had a question for me, sir. I'm sorry.
The question was, are you just excited to see Thrawn, Admiral Thrawn, not our fan, return to the Star Wars universe and see like some cool Empire versus the New Republic action?
I mean, to me, I like the Grand Admiral Thrawn thing. I'm not like a super big fan of his, but it is a cool character. I'm more excited about Ahsoka, Anakin, Balin Skull, that end of things. But I do like the leaning into the heir to the Empire. The Empire is still here. Like that's ultimately what people want to see with Star Wars is this era. I'm just I don't know, I'm not excited strictly for Thrawn, but I'm excited for the situation as a whole.
Yeah. Look at that. Lightsaber
vision.
bow.
What did you see?
More and more danger than I thought.
Balin claimed to have knowledge of a power.
Master!
One that could end wars.
A long time ago, I walked away from the Jedi.
This is your trial, Ahsoka. Take your time to decide.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, quite a few things there. The battle scenes with the B-wings firing the ion cannons. I mean, the cutter lasers. Like, oh my god! Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
No, our first look of Rory McCann as Balin Skull.
yes. And plus, I mean, come on. Her trials. Is she going to be a Jedi at the end of this?
Yes and no. That's
Well, that's the question, right? Because you're kind of a fan of the concept of a gray Jedi, or a gray Force user. I won't say a gray Jedi, a gray Force user.
I'm sure. I mean, you could say that. I'm just a fan of the Force not being tied to some dogmatic, which makes me sound like a Sith. I understand.
Yes, you are.
But it's like you've already accused me of hating Catholics. It's like it's like back in the day when those that could read the Bible would then interpret it in their own way to the masses, and that's kind of how I feel about the Jedi Order. Is ultimately they were good keepers of the peace, but they were ultimately corrupted into destroying themselves. And the whole like, oh, you can't care about or love people, like that's a little bit that doesn't fly. You can't cut off emotions in a human being, so that's a little short-sighted. So, I mean, yeah, I'm into the nebulous idea of the Force.
Okay. Let's man, you're such a Sith. All right, let's watch some more. Oh.
Are you a Jedi? Or not?
There you go. That's the question.
So, let me ask you, what's your opinion? Anakin's voice. To me, it sounds like he's trying to do his best to transition into the voice behind the Vader mask. He's much more deep. And do you think they're trying to get him there, or is that how Hayden Christensen sounds now that he's older?
I think it's I was about to say, let's give Hayden Christensen a little grace. He is older now. I mean, it's 25 years since he played Anakin Skywalker. 24 years.
Well, I mean, he was in the first Ahsoka season and in Obi-Wan. So
sorry, I had to fix my seat.
It's okay.
Yeah. I have to imagine there is some direction from Filoni to be like, try to sound a little deeper. I would think you would want that when he's a ghost, but when he's the flashbacks of the Clone Wars, try to sound younger, you know. But as the Force Ghost, since he's already been through the Vader stuff, he would have the deeper voice, which also I find interesting is that I don't know how they explain how he's a Force Ghost after being who he was, you know, but I digress on that aspect. So yeah, I don't know. This excites me. The whole thing. I liked season 1, and this looks like they wrapped it up a notch. You've got obviously the guys from Rebels in the show. They showed why can't I think of the robot's name?
Huang.
No, the little orange R2 unit.
Oh, holy shit. Yeah, you're right. I know. Okay.
We got him. We got what's his face? Chopper. That's it.
Sorry.
I can't think of the other guy's name, and he was just in Mando.
Oh my God, it's rubbing off on me because
in the movie. But anyway, so we've got obviously the and if we know we know we have Rebels characters. You know, we're gonna get.
We got Hera. We got all sorts of, but you know, you pointed out the Embo. You pointed out the lightsaber bow and arrow.
Yes.
Which they've shown that before in the Clone Wars. But you know, they have lightsaber guns. Do you know that? Like lightsaber rifles.
No.
They straight shoot lightsabers. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
It is.
What does Kassan say here? I request that we will get tons of views. Give us a 3-hour lore breakdown to catch us peasants up in the storyline. Include commentary. Don, I'm talking with you with this. You have 6 months.
I think he's tasking me with this.
Tasking, yes.
6 months.
Sorry.
Zeb, that's his name. Zeb.
General.
Yeah, General Huangvus. Yeah, he's talking about how he's got the 4 arms and shit.
Yes. Okay, I think Thrawn should be part of the 3-hour video. He seems to have tons of knowledge.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, Thrawn is, you know, I mean, come on. We know Thrawn loves all of this. He's I guarantee, Thrawn, you're super excited for this season. You get to see your namesake try to take over the galaxy. I have a question. Just let's drop a fan theory here. Oh wait, I have this article up before we were talking about it. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil or anything. That's the next article we're talking about. I have a question. Given the fact that we've waited quite a few years for season 2 here and whatnot, and there's a lot going on right now, but Disney seems to be back on track and have a resurgence going on. Do you think they resolve everything in season 2, or are they going to leave it with a cliffhanger and like Thrawn will still continue on and there'll be a couple seasons with him?
That's a good question, because I really don't know exactly what they're setting out to accomplish with this series. To me, it's just a expansion of the post Return of the Jedi Mandoverse lore, which of course everybody is clamoring for, because that means Luke Skywalker is still alive. And people want to see an active Jedi Master Luke Skywalker.
That's exactly. And the thing is, if she chooses Jedi, are you a Jedi or not? That's the question, right? She can join up with Luke and rebuild the Jedi Order if she's a Jedi. And I'm like, I want to see that. As a Luke fan, I want to see more Luke. Young, triumphant Luke, not what we got in the sequel trilogy. Drinking the green milk.
They got to be careful here, because some of the outstanding questions that people have, how do we get here from the First Order, from where there's no Ahsoka?
That actually, the first time I watched the trailer, that was the vibes I got to. Oh, this is explaining how the First Order came to be. And I feel like that's how this is going to end, is something where you see the rise of Snoke, right? That's his name.
Well, the rise of Snoke, or
Snoke, that's Snoke.
One detail here, that you talked about that I feel is very important, is the fact he called them the Rebel Alliance. We're the Empire. F what you think. We rule. Well, if he is truly still loyal to the Empire, what if somehow Palpatine returns isn't actually like right before that movie, but he returns and gets a hold of Thrawn? Then wouldn't Thrawn have to acknowledge, you're okay, you're the Emperor, and I still follow you? And that could, we could see then Thrawn be defeated, perhaps killed, and then the absence of his leadership is where somehow Palpatine creates Snoke as the supreme leader of this First Order. I don't know. That's their heavy lift. But I think that they are going to dwell in this era for a while.
Yeah.
But they are at some point, whether it be season 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, they're going to have to bridge that gap. Kassan says then another 4 years until the following season, just enough time for everyone to forget about the previous 2 seasons and have to rewatch them.
I don't want.
Not wrong.
I don't want 4 years in between seasons. No.
Yeah, that's a little much.
Let's not make this the next Stranger Things.
Let's not make it so Rosario Dawson has to take ibuprofen after shoots.
Our good friend Travis is here. How's it going, guys? When Rise of Skywalker came out, Dave Filoni was asked how Ahsoka died. If we heard her voice, he clarified hearing her didn't mean she is dead. I think that's building to something. Yeah, again, we'll have to see. I think if this season does well, and I think based on this trailer, I think it will do well. There'll be multiple seasons, and hopefully not 4 years in between. All right, Don. Let's move on. Let's move on to what I think to you is the biggest news from D23. The rumor mill can officially be shut down. The Hollywood Reporter just dropped an absolute bombshell. Marvel at D23 has finally unveiled the official cast of the MCU's X-Men reboot. So we're talking about Adam Driver as Mr. Sinister, Sadie Sink as Jean Grey, Kit Connor as Cyclops, Christopher Abbott as Professor X, Samara Weaving as Emma Frost, Inde Navarrette as Rogue, and Maya Boyd as Storm. Officially, this is locked in, Don. This is massive news. After all the years of speculation, are these the mutants we've been waiting for, or is this internet about to absolutely melt down? So let's bring the article up here. And Don, like, I am sure that you have a lot to say about this. My one thing was Adam Driver is Mr. Sinister. Okay, I'll give it a shot. But go ahead, Don. What do you think?
I am absolutely ecstatic about everything that is going on. Adam Driver as Mr. Sinister is absolutely perfect. Mr. Sinister is funny, conniving, scary, arrogant, ridiculous, goofy, and Adam Driver can do all of that. To be honest with you, some of the greatest and most funniest acting I've ever seen was him as the Oral Baron in SNL. If you haven't seen it, look that up. Also hilarious is Undercover Boss, Star Killer Base 1 and 2. But I believe that his range of acting is a supreme asset here, and he's going to be a wonderful Mr. Sinister. And moving on from his casting, I love the fact that we've got all of these young actors on what you would basically consider rookie contracts.
Yeah.
I think that is absolutely the way to go financially, as well as I think they're all going to be doing their very best. I love the fact that the actor Sadie Sink and the actor for Cyclops have already worked together as Romeo and Juliet. Now they're Scott Summers and Jean Grey. That sounds absolutely perfect. I am absolutely loving the attitude toward the casting of X-Men. I don't know anybody other than Adam Driver, but again, I love the rookie contract aspect of it. I think this is very smart, and it is going to be great.
Real quick, Angel 23 or Angie 23. Hello, did you both see the trailer for Ahsoka season 2? If you obviously are just joining us, if you had been here 20 minutes ago, we just broke down the entire trailer for like 20 minutes. You can
just scroll back a little bit and come on back.
And come back, because we went through it and paused and commented on it. We just watched it. So yeah.
Appreciate your interest though. Thank you.
Thank you. Will Sinister have the accent, or will Driver play it straight?
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see. I mean, he's from the 1800s.
Yeah.
But I trust Adam Driver is my favorite actor. Funny, I don't like a whole lot of movies he's in, but he himself, I acknowledge, is a supreme actor. Funny, drama. I love everything about what he does.
Thrawn says, sorry guys, but the biggest announcement from D23 was Rami and Michelle Part 2. No. I didn't even know Disney owned that franchise. It's a franchise. I I think it's interesting. Thrawn did make a comment about he thinks it's interesting. There's no Wolverine. We talked about this. I think they're trying to do what they can to separate themselves from the Fox universe, and the Fox universe was very Wolverine centric. So I don't think we're getting Wolverine in the first movie, maybe the second one.
And we're obviously going to get Wolverine in Doomsday and probably Secret Wars. So I don't think we're going to be wanting for Wolverine.
I mean, if you've been here since the show started, if you have missed it, like Ryan Reynolds is up to something, and so is Hugh Jackman. Obviously, Ryan showed up at Comic-Con in his Deadpool costume, and there was a joke about, is it too late to add to the cast? And then while they're at D23 making this announcement, him and Hugh Jackman put this video out on social media where they're like, hey, if you want us to round out the cast, I'm sure we could do it. Very funny stuff. And I don't think Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman are doing this just to be funny. I think they're going to cameo at least in Doomsday, or at least be in the post-credit scene. So, yeah. Kassan says not including Wolverine is a huge mistake. It's like not having Captain America in the Avengers. I don't know. We'll have to see. I think they're hoping Adam Driver is going to be the pole because he is the big name right now.
Yeah. But I somewhat agree. I think we should get at least a little something. Again, even if they just kind of show a cameo of him in Alpha Flight. There's literally never been an X-Men movie without Wolverine. I mean, even First Class, which is maybe the one movie that you can say doesn't have Wolverine, has him in one scene, and it's friggin' hilarious. So I do somewhat agree. We may need a touch to stop the rioting.
I also kind of am not 100% convinced this is the full cast.
Absolutely correct. Yeah.
I think this is the locked-in cast, and I think what we talked about in the last episode that there's a really good chance that they're doing the original 5, and I feel like Rogue and Storm are students at the school.
I also feel like these people that they are casting are going to show up before the actual X-Men movie.
That's the other thing I was going to say is that I have this deep feeling that the reason they announced this at D23 is they're going to be in something before the movie, and that could just be
Storm's going to be in the next Panther. We know that, right?
Yes, we know that Storm's going to be in Black Panther. So obviously it didn't make sense to have her in Black Panther and not have her in the X-Men movie. And like you want to maybe set up Mr. Sinister in something else in an after credit scene that leads into the X-Men. Also, the X-Men are going to be a big part of Doomsday. The whatever universe we're in that X-Men that version of the X-Men, I don't know if it's the Fox universe or not. Obviously it's destroyed. There's a lot going on in that universe. So I feel like that's going to be part of this movie too. Like that's going to be destroyed, and they're going to somehow be in another universe where here's the young X-Men. That's going to then somehow end up in the MCU. Because again, the modern version of not Endgame, Secret Wars ended up collapsing the multiverse all into 616. So if they bring them in as the X-Men from this other universe and then they collapse them at the end, boom, X-Men are in the MCU. So let's see. We got some comments here real quick. Travis says, we have an opportunity to see Wolverine interacting with Captain America during World War II, which would be fun to see. Two agency veterans bonding over a shared war would be great. I think Hugh Jackman is going to be in Doomsday, and we could definitely get that scene. Thrawn says, why not end Secret Wars with images of what's to come and who's going to be there? Yeah, okay. Exactly what I just said. Wow, these guys are on fire tonight. An idea I had, this is Travis, was tell a war story following up with platoon of during the war. We don't know which character's Logan, but he's there, and halfway through he reveals his claws. Oh, that's actually, I actually like that idea. So anyway, also, how do they have Professor X but not Magneto? Well, again, I feel like that is part of them separating themselves from the Fox X-Men universe. Is you start with a different villain. You start with Mr. Sinister. Not saying that he won't be in it in some capacity, but he's not going to be the main villain. You know, that's my opinion. I don't know, Don.
I think he'll be a part of it. I think maybe not the main villain, but I definitely think Magneto is going to be in there somewhere. Absolutely.
All right. Well, that's a lot on this. So that's what we think. You guys in the chat have been given a lot of your opinion, but if you're watching this after the fact, you let us know in those comments down below. What do you think of this castings for X-Men? And is this the final casting? What do you think of Adam Driver as Mr. Sinister? And all that good stuff. So, all right, Don. Now we can move on to the trailers. The two big trailers that came out. You know what I love before we get to this? Like, it felt like what Marvel was going to do is not do San Diego on the years due, because D23 is only every other year, and it felt like they were not going to do San Diego when they did D23. But this year, no, they gave us some news at San Diego, and then they gave us more news at D23. Like, this is awesome. Like, and this is what makes the fans happy. James, I'm talking to you, James Gunn. Take a lesson. Like, this is what the fans want. They want you guys at the cons and making these big announcements. It's exciting. You know, you putting a post on social media, that's one thing, but doing it where the fans are, yeah. All right, Don. So D23 just dropped the official trailer for Marvel's VisionQuest, and it looks absolutely wild. We've got Paul Bettany back as Vision. He's questioning his entire existence, and oh yeah, he's got the voice of Ultron. James Spader acting as a genocidal maniac inside his head. Let's break down this trailer, Don. Where do we even begin? So let us bring this up.
Before you started working here, I remember when you'd come in all the time with that redhead.
I was a different person back then.
All right, so let's just start right there. It's Paul Bettany. It's not Vision. He's not in the makeup, and you're like, I'm watching this like, what the heck is going on here? Like, and he came in with the redhead, obviously talking about Wanda. So correct me if I'm wrong, but he was only normal looking Vision. Oh no, he was in I was about to say, was he only normal? Like, was he only human looking in WandaVision? But didn't he have a way to he could transform and look human? They showed that in like it was either Endgame or not Endgame, in Infinity War or Civil War. It was Infinity War. They showed him being able to change his appearance.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. I digress. All right. I thought that was something that was only in WandaVision, but no, you're right. They did show that in Infinity War, because there was that scene where they're in like a hotel or something and they're talking. So I digress. All right. Let's watch a little more.
How about now? Anyone waiting for you tonight?
No. Home is just me.
So from this, what I'm taking from this before we get into like what's going to happen next, which is the weird stuff, is that like he is living as a regular person, but then he's not living anywhere at night. He goes into the freezer, locks himself in there, and powers down, it looks like. Is that what your take is this so far?
Well, I don't know about the freezer. Is that cobwebs behind him and whatnot? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. This is all very cerebral. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's all very cerebral, probably just going on in his head. You know, I don't know. That's all I can tell, you know. I'm not a big fan of this type. I'll be honest with you right off the bat. You know, this is not why I watch superhero stuff, but
okay. All right. Well, let's for a little bit more then.
It's like I'm losing my mind.
Who am I? I was an Avenger, but I'm not a hero anymore. I have his face, but not his virtue. All I have is his name.
Welcome home, Vision.
This house is getting crowded, Vision. Ultron! Human avatars only.
All right. I will say I totally understand what's going on here. It's just all going on in his head. You know, and it follows what they set up in WandaVision. You know, the psychological evaluation of these characters and what they're doing. And, you know, they kind of continued it in Agatha a little bit. But they're really pushing it here in in VisionQuest. And the fact that James Spader has come back to be a voice inside his head of Ultron, but without the CGI, it's just James Spader. I kind of love that. Like, I mean, he's a great actor, you know, and I think.
Oh yeah, I love James Spader. I mean, I know not many people share this, and of course, Travis has already given us a little. I'm trying to find it here. The Robert California character. I love the Robert California era of The Office. I love James Spader. I'm not liking the look though. I don't like the old man Ultron look though. I'm not quite getting that. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, let's watch a little more because I think they kind of explain why there's the old man look.
I cannot overstate the dangers of keeping him around.
Yes, but he is
Dad, Papa, Peepaw.
So he needs to look older than Paul Bettany.
Yeah.
To put that image in people's head that, oh, this is the father figure, the homicidal father figure, but still the father figure of Vision.
I'm a stranger to myself. That family wasn't real.
You sure about that?
I had a father, a machine called Vision.
Muzzle tough. It's a boy.
So, how are they explaining this?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Agatha all along, we got Wiccan, and obviously we're getting Speed, right? In VisionQuest, and it's like they have yet to explain how these older versions of them came into existence, other than some kind of multiversal portal or something. But yeah, I mean, we're doing this, right? Like, and again, I'm going to say this, and I keep saying this over and over again. They're all there. We've got all of the Young Avengers. Can we just make this happen already? Like,
but no, because you can't. Well, no, you can't do that And then, but the X-Men are coming, because no one cares about the Young Avengers if the X-Men are coming. And I'm not just speaking for myself. I'm fairly confident that most people out there is, X-Men, Young Avengers, who cares about this? X-Men. So I think it would be a waste.
I'm sorry, Kassan.
Yeah. We're getting into the inner workings of robot sperm.
Electronic semen. That's the answer.
Nanobot sperm. Yeah.
Kassan. Terrible. I can't. Having Vision go to Harley, who thinks some of what Tony left him may be some answers for him, would be cool. Then you set up making his own suit, or maybe he already has. Okay. Yeah. Well, I don't know if we're ever going to get Tony Stark's daughter in anything. One trope that gets old in these recent projects, WandaVision, Loki, Moon Knight, Thunderbolts, characters watching a screen that shows the events of their lives. It feels cheap. You know what? He's got a point.
Yeah.
They keep doing it in all these shows over and over again. Excellent point, Travis. That is getting old. Yeah. And there's no need for it in this, at this point in VisionQuest. But let's continue.
How is this possible? Free us all and save your son. I wish to understand my purpose.
With a genocidal maniac inside your head.
Nothing bonds a family together quite like mortal jeopardy.
Yes, that's very true. I don't know. I love it.
I don't love it. I'm excited. I like James Spader Ultron, and I don't think that Ultron is a villain that should be permanently dead in the MCU because of the nature of the villain. I'm not super excited that it's Voltron in Ultron in his head.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I like James Spader. I like him as Ultron. We're gonna get a little bit of that, so I'll watch it, but we'll see. I'm really tiring of the psychological, like Travis said, all watching their lives on screen. I'm just this whole WandaVision trilogy. Without Scarlet Witch, I could care less.
Well, here's the thing, and I guess that's what my take on it is. In all honesty, is I watched WandaVision and I watched Agatha all along, and I want to see the conclusion. I want to see what happens with Vision. I want to see Speed brought into the multiverse or into the universe, and I want to see how this concludes, and I kind of feel like this is also like if Ultron is really part of his mind, which would make sense, for the way that he was created, and if this is the same program downloaded into him, there would be a part of Ultron there so that Ultron could get re-released, because it's just an AI. Like the body doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Ultron at the end of the day is just an AI, so he could get re-released, and we could face off against Ultron again in some way, or have him team up with another villain. So I don't know. I like it. It's my jam with a lot of this Marvel stuff. So I like it. Don's on the fence, really. So what do you get if you guys are watching this and you're not watching this live and watching this after? We need to know, what do you think? You excited for the return of James Spader as Ultron and Paul Bettany as Vision in VisionQuest? coming in October. We're definitely going to watch it on this show and talk about it every week. But you let us know what you think in those comments down below. Ultron teams up with Doom. Ooh, that could be. And that's an ultimate segue into Don. I still have absolute chills. Marvel just dropped a special look at Avengers Doomsday out of D23. It is epic. We're finally getting the cinematic Victor Von Doom we've always wanted, between the haunting voiceovers and the absolute mic drop of a line. Hell answers to me, for I am Doom. The MCU is about to get very dark. Don, how many times have you watched this trailer already?
It's a couple times. A lot of cool stuff there to absorb. I just wish that the actor that played a character that died in the last Avengers movie isn't playing the villain of this movie.
I want to talk about this.
Okay.
Victor was always the smartest guy in every room. He used to be different.
Right there. First 10 seconds, whatever this is, this trailer. There's a voiceover, and it's Vanessa Kirby, who is our Sue Storm. But they're not from the 616 universe, right? They're from their own universe.
Mm-hmm.
And she's saying, Victor, like, obviously as if they have a past relationship, which they do in the comics, so it makes sense. Which means that this Doom is from their universe. That's my thought. Am I wrong?
No, I don't think you're wrong, because you'll see stuff later in this trailer, particularly between him and Reed Richards, that definitely establishes that they know him. So,
right.
He is from that universe.
So let's keep going.
He used to be kind. He used to be caring. And then everything he loved was taken from him.
So
now
we're going with the classic tragic backstory of our villain. So go ahead.
Well, what has taken this from him? Now, my first inclination is going to be something that Galactus did. But could this be, since they are from an alternate universe, where his family gets snapped by Thanos? And I don't think that's it, because I don't think they're going to bring Thanos back into it. But I am wondering what took his family, or whatever it is that has pissed him off, what took it away. I think it's Galactus, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, I mean, don't forget, they're doing the Endgame Encore coming out in a couple of months before Doomsday, which is going to add scenes to fill in more of for Doomsday. So maybe they show what happens to his family in that, in that version of the movie. So, all right, let's see.
I knew he was lost, but I did not realize that he was broken.
Victor, did you do this?
Yes. There we go.
All of you have lived.
So I want to point this out. They show Reed holding who we can only assume is Franklin, right? Just a kid. We don't know who it is. And they show Chris Evans holding a baby, right? And so we've seen that before. The first teaser that came out was him in that house with the baby, right? Chris Evans with the kid. and there's a lot of speculation, but I'm starting to wonder, is that Franklin? You know, is that not like, because Captain America, Steve Rogers didn't have a kid in the comics ever. I mean, obviously, him going back in time is not in canon either. But
yeah,
but could that be Franklin? You know, the fact that they showed those side by side just made me start thinking that, like, oh, maybe that isn't his kid. Maybe they somehow Franklin got sent into our universe in the past for Steve to protect him. You know. And that's
somehow Franklin returned.
Well, and this way they can age him up and explain it.
Yeah,
you know, instead of having him as a baby in the movie, like they did in the Fantastic Four movie. Oh, can't read the comment because of the screen. Okay, let's update.
Oh,
go ahead.
Okay, let's update my previous suggestion, a monthly video catching us plebes on lore for various movies so we can appreciate what we see. I don't want to buy 1,000 comic books to understand. You know, the only problem with that, Kassan, is even when they're obviously adapting the 2008 Secret Wars, Jonathan Hickman's, but it's not going to be a one-for-one, no way, shape, or form. Because Miles Morales doesn't exist yet in the MCU, as well as other factors. So, yeah, I mean, good suggestion. I just don't know how much it's going to help. Sanju Flying says, Sue Storm says in the trailer his family was taken. Did incursions kill his family? I feel that is a strong possibility for sure.
Yes.
Travis Mitchell continues, I feel like Galactus will be saved for another Fantastic Four movie. But imagine he shows up at the start of Doomsday. What is demeanor's changed, revealing his is the Herald of Doom. Yeah, I don't think Galactus will show up, but again, Galactus again could have been the cause. I don't know. We will see. And then Thrawn says Raiders are on the right now. Sorry about those Browns, Don. Okay, thank you.
Let's watch a little more. No, let's not degrade into football talk.
Stolen lives. But now you must give them back.
Answer me, Victor! Did you do this? I swear you will beg for hell long before I grant it.
Hell answers to me. For I am Doom.
So this is footage, by the way, that was footage that was released at some kind of thing a while ago and had been described on the internet. A lot of people didn't know if it was real or not. So now we know.
Yeah.
Him raising up the Sentinels. Infinity.
I want to be excited for this. I really do. I do. The only thing that has me concerned is Robert Downey Jr. playing Doom. Sanju Flying says, where is Doom getting all his power from? Well, the thing is, Doom is smart. He is a master of technology. I mean, his suit is basically an Iron Man suit, but it's also imbued with magical power. So not only is he smart with technology, but then he's a sorcerer, magician. I mean, in the comics, he's literally got a piece of Jesus cross, crucifixion cross in his armor to ward against undead and shit and demons. Like, he's like Batman, prepared for everything, you know, like Batman. You know, It was an epic scene, Kassan. I agree. Do you see why we need those videos?
All right, and Travis says, in the previous trailer, we see the ocean being held back. I take that as Namor threatening to drown everybody if they screw up. Then Sue holds with his power and pressing him. So holds back the water and pressing it. Yeah,
Namor tries to thirst trap Sue Storm all the time in the comics. So
what you call it? They did show Namor in the other trailer, so we know that he's in this movie. Yeah, I agree. The stunt casting still gets me, and again, they're not going to have Robert Downey Jr. play Doom in multiple movies, like 2, and then that's it. So making Doom a one and done villain is a little upsetting, and there was no, again, because they changed tactics halfway through because of what happened with the actor playing Kang. I can't think of his name.
Well, Kevin Feige doesn't say his name either, so don't worry. It's Jonathan Majors.
Jonathan Majors, thank you. Because of what happened with Jonathan Majors and his legal troubles, like they switched gears and there was no buildup, but yet they're going to give us this superpower of a villain, and they've got to up this. Kassan, here you go. They got to up the stakes and make him more powerful than Thanos was, but Thanos they built to, for years, and now all of a sudden it's just like, here's Doom and he's ultra powerful and you just got to buy it. And it's just like, as a comic fan, I buy it, but do the normies buy it? That's going to be the question.
That will be the question. I also have the question of, will we see his face? I hope we don't, to be honest with you. Although, again, I would ask then why the stunt casting. So I got to see how they handle it.
I agree. Like, there's got to be a scene where, and I feel like that's the finale of the movie, and that leads into Secret Wars, where the face gets revealed and Thor and Steve are like, Tony? And like, that's where we end the movie on.
Yeah, no, I definitely, but is it going to be scarred? He should be a scarred face, because in the comics, the Secret War event, which ends with them showing Reed Richards and Franklin and Valeria basically reshaping the Marvel Universe. But then the very end scene is that one thing that they did in reshaping the universe is they fixed Doom's face. You see, he takes off his mask. His face is no longer scarred. He's all happy about it, So, yeah, there's definitely the potential to do that. I just hope they don't. Because I don't know. It's just the fact that he looks like Tony Stark will just irk me.
Kassan says something happened to a version of Tony that made him Doom. He loses Pepper and his family. I'd buy it. No. So 2013, they revealed in the comics that Tony Stark is not actually a biological son of Howard Stark, and I can't think of his mother's name. I'm going to say Martha because they're all Martha.
Because they're all Martha, yeah.
But so, and that he actually is from Latveria, but he's not Doom. But like, it was revealed in a storyline that he was actually adopted. They'll probably retcon that at some point because that's what Marvel does. They retcons all the time, but that is now what is leading people to say, oh, see, in our universe was the different one where he got adopted and he became Tony Stark, but in all the other universes he's Doom because he was always Doom, so we'll see. I still think it's stunt casting, but if they make it work, if it works in the story, fine, but I just have a bad feeling.
Got a bad feeling about this.
This is Travis, in order to stop an incursion, an Earth must be destroyed. Yes, that is established in Secret Wars. Wakanda is in the Indian Ocean. Some of the dead celestial, if Franklin resurrects it like his mother, it destroys 616, ending the incursion. I don't like that, Travis. No.
I mean, I might not like it. It's plausible, though.
And Sanjay says the trailer confirms that Fantastic Four has a history with Doom before he becomes Doom. Yes. And but it bugs me that we didn't see him in the Fantastic Four movie, other than the real quick and an after credit scene. With no explanation. Like if they had shown that she recognized him, if she walked in and said Victor, it would have been like, oh, okay. But like they didn't even do that. Like, and then all of a sudden it's like, boom, here's Doom. Like there's been no built up. So, all right.
Wouldn't it be funny if that scene where Reed is like, "Did you do this?" Like we think it's probably something all serious, like he wiped out a planet or something. But what if it's just Reed Richard? Had him as a roommate for a little while, and he ate the last of the cheesecake, and Reed's just like, "Did you do this? Tell me, Victor, did you eat the last of the cheesecake? I see the remnants on the mouth of your suit. Don't lie to me, Victor."
Did Victor eat the cheesecake? That is the question. That is the most important question. All right. Well, again, this looks great. It looks enticing. We're definitely going to go see it. The question is, are they going to make the casting work? So that's my question. That's Don's question. You guys let us know in those comments down below. What did you think of this special look at Doomsday? And are you still excited? And are you happy with the casting? And last but not least, Sentry has to play some of a huge part. I imagine that the end, 616 being destroyed, Bob letting out the void to rescue all of the friends while also putting them in his void. Sure, possible. I still don't want to see 616 destroyed. Everyone else can be destroyed and sucked back into the universe we all know and love.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well done. That's the news. So there's only one thing left to do, and I just asked that question.
What did we learn on the show tonight?
Tell me, Don, what did you learn? Or do you have any recommendations? Or both?
I just learned that I shouldn't check my phone during the show, because when Dave asked me, "Hey, what did you learn today?" I'm going to drop the fucking thing. So that's what I learned. No, I'm sorry, cut. I'm trying to limit I'm sorry.
It's okay. You're allowed one or two.
I learned how much I need this right now, though. I miss my friend terribly, and the fact that I get to come on here with you, Dave, my good friend, as well as Kassan and Thrawn and everyone else, I'm just lucky I get this little bit of distraction. But again, I'm just going to put the GoFundMe in the chat again for those of you on the stream or whatnot. If you could please again contribute to help lay my friend to rest, I would greatly appreciate it.
I'll make sure I update the description also to have it in the description below. So
okay, thank you.
For anyone watching this after the fact,
what do I recommend? I recommend that you watch Lanterns. It's going to be what Dave and I speak about. I do not work Wednesday nights.
Well, there you go.
So we could do that, and or if you want to do it tomorrow, if you want, I mean, whatever, you let me know, Dave. I'm free either way. Absolutely love you, Kassan. Thank you all very, very much. And that's it. That's what I got. That's what I learned. It's what I recommend.
All right. Well, I learned that Marvel's got a lot of stuff going on. Finally, that looks exciting. So much so that they had to make announcements at 2 giant conventions. And Ryan and Hugh want in, and I think they're in, but they're gonna keep acting like they're not, which I love. So
yeah.
Recommendations, same thing. Watch Lanterns. Most likely will be live Wednesday night. I need to talk to the girlfriend, so it's either going to be pre-recorded or live. Wednesday, there'll be something on this channel where we talk Lanterns. So go check that out. It's right now, as we're doing this, it is up on HBO Max, and go check that out and see how much more James Gunn can destroy the DC universe. But on that note, boys and girls, as always, thanks for watching. Don't let your cape caught in the door. See you next time.
If you haven't done so yet, subscribe. It really keeps this podcast alive. Smash the like button if you please. It gives us what we need. Maybe leave a comment or two. It's a really nice thing to do. And what are you waiting